Well, welcome. My name is Maggie Varney, as you guys know, and I'm the founder and CEO of Wigs for Kids. And the reason I'm introducing myself is because our kids are watching live, and then we're going to broadcast this on our Facebook, hopefully, eventually, and share this information. So I'm not only talking to our kids in our program, but all of you out there to show you what we actually do for our children in our program. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Miss Giuliano. I won't say your last name. We never use the kid's last name, okay?
Yeah.
And so, Giuliana, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old are you?
I am 18 years old.
And do you wear much makeup?
I'm not a big makeup wearer, but for certain events, I wear some makeup.
Okay, so it's kind of nice because today, what we're going to be creating for somebody who doesn't wear much makeup is a holiday look, okay? So now this is a little bit exaggerated, I know, and it's a lot of makeup. Moms, don't flip out when you see this. But we're going to go from day makeup to holiday fun. We're going to do both. So, and here's a little bit of what we're going to be using today as far as makeup goes. And let me tell you a little bit about our class. Our class is called Creating a Total Image. And I teach this class for my adult cancer patients. And I've been doing this for 30 years. And I now teach it for our kids in our program, except I gear it more towards our teens, of course. You know, makeup is fun because it's always and forever constantly changing, which is great because, you know, you'll, just like clothing and fashion changes every 6 months with the seasons, fall and spring and summer, fall and winter, makeup does too. So I'm sure, and I'm not making fun of anyone, but I'm sure you've seen people who are in today's world and they're wearing makeup from the 60s, my time, you know, so you got to change with the trends, you know, and makeup changes continually. And we're very proud that we use the Mirabella line, which is all green and all natural. And we have a wonderful friends also from Makeupology who supports us. And they put these wonderful makeup kits together for us. And so we're really blessed. And this was not donated. We paid for this, but she gave us a really good price on everything so that we could put these kits together. If you had to pay for these kits, which you're all going to receive, would be over $200. So, but you know, it's hard to go out and figure out what you need. So we broke the kits down to, if you're a teen and you have light skin, then you get a light kit, medium or dark, depending on your skin tone. And that's what we're going to talk about too. So today is really educational, informational, and fun. We want to have some fun too, right?
Exactly.
And we had to cancel this last time because of, you know, COVID, how it's affected everybody. So we figured out how to get around this. So that's why she, you know, Miss Giuliana still has her mask on, respectfully. I will keep my mask on the whole time. And we'll take hers off because obviously we're going to need to. But you've not been around anybody who's had COVID? Great. And so you're safe and healthy, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of your health, tell us a little bit about yourself. When were you diagnosed? You had cancer as a child.
Yeah, I was 5 months old when I was diagnosed, and I was put in remission at 7.5. And I came back here about a year ago and started volunteering and helping out with Miss Maggie.
And you won our Outstanding Volunteer of the Year, didn't you?
Yes.
This year, yes.
And everything about it is just amazing, being able to be in here and helping you guys, because it's bringing forward a new generation and helping kids.
And you see a lot of kids when you're here, don't you, Juliana?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, and you talk to them, you relate with them, right?
Mhm.
And so thank you for coming in and being a part of our program still in a different way. You're giving back. It's like full circle. You came when you needed it, and now you're here giving back.
Exactly.
And you're not doing this for school or any other reason. You're just doing this because you want to give back.
Exactly.
That's
I'm
who you
doing
are.
it because I care and I know the feeling.
You sure do.
All
You
too
sure do.
well.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's fun to have you here. You come a couple times a month and
Yes.
volunteer a few hours on Saturday with us. And it's always a fun time when you're here too, isn't it? Plus, you
Yes.
get a lot done. You really are a big help to us. So thank you. And today you brought a special treat in for us to celebrate Christmas, right? Right. What did you bring in? A chocolate?
I brought in a
Raspberry?
chocolate trifle that has chocolate cake, Bavarian cream, then homemade whipped cream and raspberries. And then
Because
powdered
raspberry
sugar.
and chocolate is Miss Maggie's favorite. So you heard me say that once. So
I did,
that was very sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
absolutely.
So we better get started here. Okay, first of all, it's very important. Makeup is just like hair. When you wear a certain hairstyle, you want to wear a style that's going to complement your face. It's the same way when you do your makeup. So when I look at your face, you can take your mask off now if you would, please. Thank you. When I look at your face, I see that your face is more pear-shaped. So that means it's fuller at the bottom and a little more narrow at the top. So when we do your makeup, we're gonna first, you already cleansed your face, correct?
Yes.
Cleansing is very important, guys. Moisturize your face.
Yep.
That's already been done. So that's why we're not doing it in this segment because we only have so much time. So the cleansing and moisturizing is done. Now we're gonna start with, we look at the canvas. This is our canvas to work with because this is an art. What we're doing today, makeup and creating art. We don't want you to look like somebody you don't recognize, like this at the end of our, you're gonna look a little bit like this at the end, but you don't wanna walk around like that every day. But when you do have issues, like right here, and you can see, this is probably from wearing her mask. A lot of the girls are getting this, I'm finding, and that's because these masks, they protect us, right? They protect us and they're good and we have to do it to protect everybody else as well. But also it can cause some skin issues like that. You're right, because of the moisture and the oils. And the oils get in the mask and it rubs into our skin and causes those problems. So make sure that what you do is keep the mask clean. So how often are you washing your mask?
Probably once a week.
Okay, I would recommend probably twice a week at least if you're wearing the same one, because this is why this is happening. That's why that's happening. And you're also at an age where hormonal,
Yeah.
that time of the month or whatever, right? That happens to all of us girls, right?
Absolutely.
And so then we get blemishes too. So it can be hormonal related. But because of the areas it's in tells me it's more probably your mask. Okay? But you have beautiful skin. So we don't really have to do a lot to it, but we're going to still go through all the steps.
Okay.
Okay? So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at where we feel that you may need some concealer, like concealer. If you had dark circles, which honestly you don't, or where you have a little bit of any place that's darker, like right here, the crevices of the nose, or around the eyes, I would put just a little bit of concealer on there. If you could get the concealer out of the bag, please. This is Lynn.
Hello.
Lynn, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Of course. Hi, my name is Lynn. I assist for Miss Maggie here. I'm actually a cosmetology student at Elevate Royal Oak. Yeah, and it's been great being here. I love it here. I love meeting,
The
everybody.
kids and
the
the
kids. Oh my
program,
gosh,
yeah.
I love everyone here.
Yeah.
And
And you're in school. Are you still a junior, right?
I graduated at the end of March, which is really exciting.
Yeah, so that's coming up pretty soon. That's not that far away,
I'm
right?
excited, yeah.
And look at that beautiful hair that she has.
Oh.
Turn around, look at that. That's her own hair. Oh my goodness.
And don't worry, I'm donating it.
She is gonna donate it. So,
Aw.
and your sister was one of our kids in our program too, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Yeah,
she
she's
was.
doing great now.
She is. She's been in remission for about 6 years now. Yeah, she's doing
Yeah.
amazing.
And that's how that you heard about Woods for Kids.
Oh yeah, of
And then
course.
I heard that you were in school and I'm like, I gotta snatch this girl up. And
Yeah.
so she assists not only with the makeup, because she's a great makeup artist herself. That's one of her areas of interest. So she will be assisting today with the makeup, but she also does beautiful hair. So, all right, let's get started. When you're using I always recommend that you use a tri-sponge. A tri-sponge, these are disposable. You can get a whole bag of these, like at Sally's Beauty Supply, for very little cost. So don't wash them out and reuse them because of bacteria. Okay, so the main thing about makeup is that I teach in the class is keeping your makeup clean. And people say, oh yeah, but you know this because you work with patients. I go, no, I do this every day myself. These are the practices that I use too. People have always said to me, you have such beautiful skin. But that's why I've always known and taken care of my skin properly. So it's very important. The one end of your sponge is called the dense end. That's the thicker area. This is the thinner area. When you're putting concealer on, it's called the Stifling Technique. You want to look up? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down a little foundation, a little concealer, and I'm going to just put it in the areas that we need it. And then I'm going to blend it in with the Stifling Technique. So it's like an eraser. One end I apply it, one side I apply it, one side I put it down. Look up. Jen, back up.
They can't, with the camera, it's hard to see. There we go.
A little intimidating, right? With
I
somebody right
know.
in your face, honey.
This is what Hollywood feels like.
Yeah, get used to it, okay?
You're a star.
But you got to stop blinking. Just look up at this, up at the light. Right, there you go. It's hard to not blink because when somebody comes near your eyes.
I have very sensitive eyes too.
So, and you want to just kind of blend that in. You want to press it in to where you need it. Okay. Nope, no blinking. There you go. You have to lay that in there. Okay. You see how that blends in? It just lightens it, evens out the palette. And that's your concealer. Now we're going to put your foundation on. This is a full coverage foundation, but it's sheer. It's not thick and cakey and matte looking, but it's not shiny where you look like you have a grease pit on your face either, right? So this is for full coverage if you needed it. Don't think you need a lot of that. I will use a little bit of that on the sides of the face where you have your blemishes. So I will use a little bit of that on the sides of the face because it's a little fuller coverage right over here. Lay it on. Over here. So I get a little bit better coverage on this area. Okay, but really you don't need a lot of coverage. Look at her skin is just lovely. And that's not why I chose you either, because your skin is beautiful, but it happens to be beautiful. Okay, now you notice that every time I use anything, I clean it after. I always keep wipes with me and I clean everything so that my makeup doesn't get contaminated. I don't want to get bacteria on it because if I get bacteria on it, like if I take this makeup and I put it in my hands under your nails, you carry a lot of bacteria. So when I use my hands and I put it on your face, now I'm putting bacteria on your face. So you don't want to do that even with your own hands, even though it's your bacteria. You still don't want to do that. So with the sponge, one side I used for the concealer. The other side I'm going to use for the foundation. This is a sheer foundation. This is not a heavy foundation. This is light. When you put it on, that tiny bit is all I need to do your whole face. Okay? I'm going to put that little bit on there, and then I'm going to take my sponge and work it in like this. This is a trick of the trade because a lot of people say, well, I always run out of makeup. I start here and I run out of makeup before I do my whole face, and then I have to put more on.
Then you're just caking it out.
Right, and then the sponge is just enjoying it all and not your face. So then I always say, bless yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I go in here and I start going almost like a butterfly. I say like a butterfly stroke up. When you get to the hair line, you blend it out. And makeup is to enhance your look. It's not to create someone that you're not. You don't want to see somebody come and you go, oh my God, there comes her makeup. Right? You want to make sure. It should be very, very natural looking. You have a lot of ruddiness to your skin. Ruddiness is red. People usually have red, or some people are sallow, which is more yellow in their skin. So all we're doing is just
Taking that away.
taking it away. Because what we do is there's color on 3 areas of the face: the eyes, the cheeks, and the lip. So that's where you add the color. We don't want color other places because it distracts from the look that you're creating. That's where you put the color. On the face itself, you want it to be a perfectly smooth, nice palette. So you can add, almost like you're painting a picture. Turn your head this way. You should never see a demarcation line around the ear or around the chin area. Do very light strokes. Look up. When you work around the eyes, close the eye. You don't put makeup on the eye. You take whatever is left on the sponge and you just pat it over the eye, and you're prepping it and getting it ready to put your eyeshadow on. Look up. Close your eye. Always make sure you don't have makeup buildup in the corners, crevices of the nose. Okay. Would you get us a mirror, one of our little Mirabella mirrors, so she can look at, see what we've done so far?
Do you want me to get the one in your
Yes.
station in the back?
So everyone has one eye that's higher, one that's lower, one that's more angled, one that's straighter on their eyebrows. So people say, how do you get them to look the same? How do you make them match? Well, you're going to learn that today. Okay? And because it's true, there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody has one eye that's more closed, one eye that's more open. Everybody, like your nose comes down this way and then it goes to the end, goes that way. Your lip, your top lip is smaller than your bottom lip. So we'll show you how to compensate for that. So that's the beauty of getting your makeup done professionally, is they can give you tricks and tips for your face. There's nothing wrong with your face, nothing, none of us. Everybody has one ear that sits more back, one forward. One sticks out more. That's true. One's higher, one's lower. It's true with every person. But when you look in the mirror, we don't always see that.
My one eye droops more than the other.
But that's true with everybody.
I like it.
See, it's just nice and soft.
Simple.
And simple and even color, right?
Not too harsh.
No, and you don't want too much. A lot of people will use loose powder right now to set the makeup. When you do that, sometimes it makes it look cakey. But if you have the right makeup, it shouldn't look greasy. It shouldn't look cakey. It should just be nice and soft like yours looks right now. Okay, so now I'm going to have you come and start working, Len, with the contour and tell us why you're contouring, where you're doing it.
All right.
And what brushes and applications do you need? Speaking of the brushes, I'd like to talk a little bit about these beautiful brushes. This is a holiday set from Mirabella, and I told them I was going to be doing a class for my kids, and they gave me a wonderful deal on this. Their brushes are pretty pricey retail, and so they sold them to me wholesale so that we could afford to put them in the kits and use them in our class. So this is our gift to you today. So
Thank you.
of course, when we get done, then this will go home with you as well, besides your whole kit of makeup over here. So how does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so now what brush or what do you need? Because your tools are really, really important. People will say to me, when you were practicing the makeup, Lynn, texted me and said, I'm having trouble with this or that. And I said, what tools are you using? Because you can take the same color paint and give it to all of us, give us all a different brush, and we could paint the wall and we'd all have a different effect. So what tools you use make a big difference too. And we're going to talk about cleaning the brushes. So you can go ahead and start the contour and tell us why you're doing that. And then we'll talk about cleaning the brushes.
Okay, perfect. So the brush that I'm gonna use for contour is actually an angled brush, which gives you the cleanest line right here. If you look at the camera, you want the contour to be just under the cheekbone because it defines the top of the cheek and the apple of the cheek even more. So this basically from the middle of your ear to the middle of your eye is where you want the contour to be. And this is the one we're using today.
But that has two colors. Why does that have two colors?
Okay, this one is actually, the bottom half of this is contour. The top half is actually highlighter, which we put on the apples of the cheeks all the way up.
To make them pop.
To make
Right?
it pop because
Yeah.
we like a good pop. So from the middle of the ear to where the middle of the eye is. And you kind of want to sweep up because you don't want a harsh line. And you want to go in a kind of a circular motion.
Yes.
Look at me. Look how cute that looks. And we're not trying to give her a very harsh line because, you know, it's not very natural. We want her to look as natural as possible.
Put her hair back behind the ear. Yeah. So we can see this.
Look at that smile. See, when she smiles, it actually defines the line even more.
There you go. I know.
Do you want me to do down here?
And do the highlight, the contour. Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna do the second step, which is the highlight now, and I'm actually gonna switch brushes.
And tell us why.
Well, if I use the same brush, then I'm gonna get contour up here, which is not what we want. We want this to be defined, not hidden.
Contour brushes are shorter bristles.
That too.
And so that lays it on the product on for you better, doesn't it?
It does.
Right. And so now you're going to use.
For the highlight, I'm gonna use this
Mhm.
one,
Right.
this brush.
Okay.
And you kind of just want to sweep it, you know, make it. Because you don't want it to be too defined, just enough to give her that glow.
Very pretty, Juliana. We see some of you following along at home. That's great.
All right, look at you.
So now we have the highlight on there and we have the contour on there. Mhm. What is next?
Next is my favorite part, which is the eyes.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
So we're going with a holiday look. So are you going to do the green, they call this, like, isn't that a beautiful color, like
It
emerald?
is.
I mean, it's so pretty.
Can I see it a little bit more?
Yes,
Boy, look at
that pretty. So are you gonna, how are you gonna do this first? This is the color.
Yeah.
This is the highlight for the eye, right?
Right,
Contour and highlight, just like the cheek. And then you're gonna add a splash of color.
of course,
Okay.
yeah. So according to the picture we're following, I'm gonna use this one. So the picture shows that the darker color goes all over the eyelid, which is, close your eyes, honey. Nope, don't smile, just close your eyes. Yep, which is just right here. And then the highlight goes just under the eyebrows. So it gives you a little bit more of an open eye and a pop.
And that's more of a glamour look.
Yeah.
This is not an everyday look.
Right, of
Okay,
course, this
so
is a
let's
Christmas
see.
look.
Let's see the color. And you were having issues with.
I was having issues with this, and I had prepped my eye and everything, and I was trying to use a brush,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt like, I don't know, maybe it didn't work for me for a second. Then I
Okay.
tried using my finger to blend it in a little bit, but that wasn't working either. So
So
maybe
what did you do?
I'm
So what are you gonna do today? What have you figured out to do?
gonna do the I'm gonna try the brushes
Mm-hmm.
first.
Did you take this and put it onto the brush? Did you layer it onto the brush like
I
this?
did. Yeah.
Let's see if that works for you.
All right.
Close your eyes, please.
That works better than when I tried it.
Well, I think part of it is, you know, your application, and like you saw when I took it off of here, I took it off of here, and I had a whole bunch in one spot, I took it off, and then I blended it all through the brush, so I didn't get one big glob in one spot, right?
Yeah, that was my problem.
Well,
I
that's
just
okay, that's part of learning, right?
Of course.
I have some other brushes.
Let's grab some more color. Oh, I think she took it. Oh.
She went to get another brush,
Yeah.
but you can already tell a difference. It's
Oh,
great.
of course. We're gonna add some green to make your eyes pop. I love green with brown eyes. They look so cute.
Mhm. Okay,
I guess I'm that
Need some
brown
more?
girl.
Color, yeah.
all right. Where's the color? All right, so we don't pump, because when you pump air in there and it dries the product out. Instead, we roll it to get some on there. Same way with mascara.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, a lot of people say, well, my mascara is always dry, but they pump like this to try to get it all out. And really, what you need to do is take a disposable, Jen, take a disposable mascara wand and put it in, roll it, pull it out, take this, close it. You have everything you need on here to do both eyes, twice if you needed to. And you won't dry your mascara out and you won't contaminate it. Just a little tip. Okay, let's see how she's doing with the eyes over there. I think she's working on the second one, Jen. So while she's doing that,
Don't crease your eyes too much, honey. Just relax.
see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to zoom in on that. So you're just putting it on the lower lid? You're not putting it in the middle?
just on the lower lid, and we're going to
Okay,
define
Okay.
define it with the green a little bit.
okay. So you're doing it on the lower lid up to the middle, but you're not really putting it on the middle.
Correct.
I just want to be clear so everybody knows where you're stopping. Okay? All right. All right. So now, do we want the highlight now, or are you going to do the green?
No, I'm gonna do the green first.
Okay, let's get that going. And this is a pencil. It's a crayon. They call it a crayon. It's not a regular crayon. guys.
Do not put crayons in your eyes.
Right, exactly. This is and the reason they call it a crayon is look at when you put it on your, it goes on so smooth,
Can I see it? Just like a crayon.
just like a crayon.
It's not
And you
safe
just
for
drag
guys.
it. It doesn't.
It's not Crayola.
No. Exactly. Okay.
All right. So I like to blend the top to the bottom. And in the picture, it shows that there's green on the bottom and a little bit in the corner outside, on the outside of the eye, which makes just everything blend smoothly
Kind of like
together.
yours is today.
Yeah.
Close your eyes so we can see. Look how pretty
So
she
I
does
have
her makeup.
The pink and the purple kind of blends from the outside to the bottom.
There you go.
All right. And I'm kind of just very, very, very lightly putting it on her skin because it just shows up beautifully already.
It's important not to be heavy-handed with makeup because when you're trying to it's easier to layer more on than it is to try to remove it because then it smears and it messes up what you've already done. So the lighter you are with it, you can always layer more. And that's how you take day makeup into evening makeup. What's the difference in day makeup and evening makeup is just the amount that you have on. Like if you wear liner like during the day, like I have on that's soft, then you can deepen that with a velvet pencil. You can deepen that and extend it at night and put liner on the top to make it more dramatic for evening wear. So there's really no difference except the amount that you put on. And you don't want to wear evening makeup during the day.
No, trust me, I've tried it and it's not fun.
Well, and makeup has to be age appropriate too. Really has to be age appropriate. I brought in the angle brush so that you can blend that out in the corner there. So we were talking about tools. So this is an example. This is an angle brush that she's going to be using for the corners of the makeup to extend and blend it out. This is more of a blending brush. This is called a flat brush. So it's important that you use the right tools when doing your makeup.
Can I see the angle brush, please?
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about the outside, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. And you just, the makeup that's already there, you just use your brush to finish your design.
Right, I didn't have anything else on the brush.
Right.
Just blending the green to the silver so it looks more together because you don't want that harsh line.
And see how nice that blends it? Yeah.
And I like to kind of go up so there's no harsh line on the outside either, so it kind of gives it like a glow effect. Just like that.
Oh, yeah. See look how pretty that looks. That looks nice. Okay.
All right, you want to close your eyes for me, girl?
Can you turn her head a little bit? She's got to be able to see, but she's got to be able to do it. But you have to be able to catch it, okay? So that the kids can see how it's done.
So again, very, very lightly applying the color on the outside. And then I'm going to have her look up. You don't need a lot, just a thin line. You good?
Yeah, I have sensitive eyes.
Yeah. Which this makeup is very good for because it's natural.
It's all hypoallergenic,
Mhm.
yes.
All right. You can close your eyes again. Turn your head
Turn
this
your
way.
head. Mhm. Put your head up more. Yes, thank you.
And then we're blending and getting rid of any harsh lines. And on the outside as well.
Look how pretty that color is.
It's so pretty.
Just gives her a nice little pop of color, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh, that looks pretty. Underneath, it really makes your brown eyes pop, doesn't
It
it?
does.
Okay, so now let's put that highlighter on.
Oh
We were
yeah.
talking about the highlighter. So now the highlighter is really done well with a flat brush like this. This is a flat brush. So you can put this on. Let me get some more on here for you.
Okay.
Because you have a wider area.
Close my eyes.
You have a wider area to put it. So let's get some on there. See if that works. If we need a different brush, we will.
And then the area under the brow and over the lids, you just highlight it to make it pop.
Everybody's eyes are shaped differently, so it's also based on the shape of your eye. If you have deep set eyes, you may do something a little different. But since you guys are all young and beautiful with gorgeous skin, you know, what she's doing today should apply to all of you.
And we're doing the same exact thing with this side.
And you see how light her touch is? Yes, all the way out to the end.
There you are.
It doesn't just go there, it goes all the way out to the end, always with a lifting effect. Mhm. All right, are you happy with that? Let's see if she's happy with that.
I like it.
Isn't it beautiful? Okay, good job, Miss Lynn.
Thank you.
All right, what's next?
All right, so next we're gonna do the brows. I like to do the brows right now.
Okay, and now the color that we picked for her, believe it or not, even though her hair is darker, we did not pick a dark, I picked more of a medium color. So I didn't want it too dark. You don't want it to be, here comes my brows, you know?
Here comes my brow.
Right. So and when you're doing brows, people will often ask, how do you know where to start them? Well, when you're young and you have beautiful brows, it's not too hard to figure out. But if your brows, they should start, if you take your pencil and you go straight up, they should start right there. That's your first dot. They should go to the corner of your eye. Yours are just a little bit short. So we'll just fill that in a little bit. And then look straight ahead, straight ahead. On the outside of the color of the eye is where the arch should be, and yours is exactly where it should be. Okay, so when you're doing the brows, since you have really nice brows, when you're doing them, you want to just have to fill in a little bit because you have great brows. Don't have to do much. I'm going to follow your natural arch. And then I'm just going to extend it just a little bit where it's thin at the end.
Beautiful. I see what you're talking about.
Just a little bit. Then you take the other end of this is your pencil. One end is the pencil, one end is the brush. Then you take the other end of the brush and you just brush them up. We also have in your kit, you have what's called a brow stay. And it honestly looks like mascara, but it's not. It's for your brows. So when you put pencil in with your own brows, sometimes you perspire or you're playing or whatever you're doing, or it's hot outside, and you wipe your forehead and there goes your eyebrow, right? So this helps it to stay in place. And if your brows are fuller, keeps them nicely in place. And Ms. Lynn, would you like to do the other one for her?
Of course. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, so you want to look at the camera? I like to brush the brows first, but that's just me. It also sometimes helps me see my canvas.
So when you're done with the brows, then I'm going to have you take Miss Juliana over to the makeup area and do her lips and put her eyelashes on. We're going to put eyelashes on today.
Are you excited for that?
Yeah.
Excited and a little nervous.
Yeah, she's never had eyelashes before.
Oh, it's so fun, trust me.
Well, you know what she said? She has long eyelashes.
I can see that. They're beautiful and thick and gorgeous.
You know what we'll do? She has such long, thick eyelashes. What we'll do is we'll just put mascara on her. But we have another one of our kids here today, Miss Ella, and she has agreed to let me.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Miss Ella, and she came in to visit me today, and I said, Ella, would you mind staying for our makeup class and being our model? And she's always been so comfortable in her own skin, and she said, of course I will. So she has alopecia.
Yeah, I'm just wearing a hairpiece right now because my hair is really thin. So
It is, and short, yeah.
I
But
cut it to fix it.
it recently grew back and now it fell out again. Tell us a little bit about your story. How old were you when you first developed alopecia?
Well, from when I was diagnosed at 2 years old. So I've had it for a little while because I'm 14 now. And I've kind of lived with it for most of my life.
Sure.
I was bald for a lot of my life, 6 years, I think.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember exactly. So I was completely bald on the top of my head, but I didn't have, everywhere else I had hair. And then now I kind of have a little bit of hair, but it's really thin and kind of spotty. So that's, yeah.
And so do you have eyebrows?
Yeah, I have eyebrows, I have
You have
eyelashes,
eyelashes?
I have like normal like leg hair, stuff
Body
like
hair.
that, yeah.
Yeah, but there's 3 different types of alopecia. There's the type that your whole body has no hair, right? That's universalis, and then there's totalis, meaning no hair on your head. And then there's alopecia areata, which is what you have,
Yeah.
you know, and so it comes and goes. Yours is seasonal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like how I think of it. It's more like my hair is kind of like a plant. It's like there's less spots in like the warmer seasons, like spring and summer, and then in the winter and fall, like the colder seasons, it's really thin or it's just gone.
And I've
It really
heard,
depends.
I've heard of seasonal alopecia from my kids before, you know, and so I know that it happens, especially, you know, I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
Watched you grow up now. And you have always been one of these kids who is really comfortable in your own skin. Actually, when I first met you, you thought the alopecia was named after you, right?
Yeah, my mom made the joke that my name is Ella, so she's called it alopecia. So
There you go.
that was a thing for a little while.
Yes. Well, you were little then, and it was
Yeah,
cute.
it was
And-
fun.
But you were always okay with it is what it is, right? And so, and today you were kind enough to offer that if we had other kids with alopecia,
That are like, yeah, because I've heard a lot of kids that have alopecia, like they get diagnosed with a lot of anxiety and stuff, and they want to like isolate themselves. So like I could like be that person there. I can help them like come out. Like
be your friend.
yeah.
Yeah, right? Just, and today, this is how we do it, through Zoom and through the phone, and,
Yeah.
right? And you can be anywhere in the state. And
Yeah.
so, and I was telling you, we have a kid across state who feels isolated, so we're gonna put you in touch with her. And so any of you out there, if you would like to know Miss Ella's phone number, and she can't give it to you right now because I don't want it public, but you can call Wigs for Kids and we'll be happy to give it to you and she'll be happy to communicate with you. She's a lovely young lady, comes from a great family, they're good people. And I feel very comfortable with her being a spokesperson for our program, as well as reaching out to the kids, because she's so level-headed herself. I don't ever worry that she's going to say or do anything inappropriate, because you never do. You were our spokesperson this year, one of our spokespeople for our first virtual gala.
I have to send you a video. Yeah.
Yes, that was great. So we're gonna do a couple of things with Miss Ella today too, while Linda's finishing up over here with Miss Juliana. And she's just putting the mascara on now. If you want to take a look over there, Jen, and you can see what's going on over there.
She already has such beautiful eyelashes, so we're just adding some mascara. Look at the kids. Look how beautiful that is. I like to add a little bit on the bottom as well. Look. All right.
See, she has such gorgeous lashes,
She does,
right?
look at
She
that.
does. So there you go.
And now the other side. So look at my chin. Lower. Okay. Look down.
And this is the way I tell people, roll it on. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Roll it on.
Right here.
Perfect.
Now look up a little bit. Not too much. Don't want to ruin the highlighter.
Oh. Okay, are we good? You want to show it to her so she can see
Of course.
what it looks like?
I have it.
Oh, you have it.
Okay, let's see. What do you think?
I like it.
Looks good. It's not too much, is it?
No.
What I do is I put the first coat on and then I let it dry while I do the lips.
And then
And then I come back and put a second coat on if needed. I don't know that you would need it.
I don't think she needs it.
I don't think she
has-
needs it, but that's the way I do it
Yeah.
myself personally. Okay, so now we're gonna do the lips. And I was talking to her about, Miss Juliana, I was talking to you about your lips. And as I was saying, everybody's lips are different. So her bottom lip is larger than her top lip. So we're gonna go on the outside line of her top lip to make it look a little fuller. And we're gonna go on the inside line of her bottom lip. The reality is, right now, that pouty look is what's in. So yes, there you go. You got it going on, girl. So, okay, so let's try.
I've mastered that one.
You mastered that? Okay.
I could use it.
No, I'll get you a lip brush.
How do you feel about this velvet red?
I like that.
Very Christmassy, right?
Very.
Red is my favorite shade of lipstick, personally.
Looks like a Taylor Swift color.
You like Taylor Swift?
I do.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Let me go around the other way. You could use the angle brush to put the line on if you wanted, and then fill it in with the lip brush.
Yeah, that's what
That
I
might
wanted.
be better.
That's what I was gonna do.
The lip brush I had was really tiny. Okay.
All
Gotta
right.
move a little faster, Miss Lynn.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm just following her natural line for her bottom lip because she already has a full bottom lip. Close your mouth. Okay, open it just a little bit. I just need this one. You don't have to smile. Right?
Yeah, relax your lips.
Yeah, relax your.
Okay, nobody has this much time Lynn, to put their makeup on, so let's. When you're teaching, though, it takes longer.
She keeps moving her lips.
Needed a pen. Open your mouth. So you want to get the lipstick in every little cracking crevice, right?
Yeah.
And then Miss Maggie's going to show you what to do when you wear red lipstick. There's a secret to it.
You have to blot, don't you?
No. And today's lip colors, first it was gloss, everything was gloss, then everything was matte. And now it's kind of like, it's a matte, more of a matte finish with a little, they call it like a semi-gloss on there. And so they're not real shiny. Okay, relax your lips. Okay, open.
A little bit more. Open a little more. Not that much.
Yeah, you should be able to, the reason you line it first like that is to keep the red or any lip color really from running up into your face. Because that's what happens as your body temperature heats up, it kind of melts the makeup. And your body temperature kind of softens it and then it kind of runs. And that's why a lot of people won't wear red lipstick. But it's really beautiful. Oh boy, she has a beautiful bow on her lips too. And you do, that's very pretty.
I miss wearing lipstick, this mask though.
Yeah, it's hard to do it with the mask on, yes, okay. How do you feel about that? Did you look?
I didn't know if she was done or not. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty bold, isn't it? Pretty bold.
Okay. Twist a line right here.
Boy, and red lipstick is hard to apply. Okay, let me see. Okay. Let's see this. Let me see. No, close your mouth. Just like that. Don't move. Don't move. Yeah, I see where she came up over here to make your lips look fuller. Good. But now I'm going to show you a trick. This isn't sanitary, but it works. Take your finger, put it in your mouth, pull it out. See how you put lipstick on there? That's how you know if it's going to get on your teeth or not. Okay, so you ever seen anybody with lipstick and then it's all over their teeth? That's how you keep it from getting on your teeth. Put your finger in your mouth, pull it out, close your lips, pull it out, and that would take anything on the inside,
Like you're licking something off your finger,
kind of like that, kind of like that.
like you're licking some yummy dessert off your finger.
There you go, the yummy dessert that we're gonna have later, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Not very sanitary, guys, but you're doing it to yourself, so it's okay. Your makeup looks really pretty. Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy.
Okay. Let me see. Look up.
It's a comfortable amount, that's why I like it.
Okay, so now let's see that sparkly top that you have on underneath there, if it's good for the holidays. There you go. All right.
And you
Thank
gotta
you.
add that pout.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Now you're ready for Christmas.
You ready for the holidays?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Thank you for being our model today.
Thank
You
you,
look
Miss Maggie.
beautiful.
I'm gonna put my mask back on.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. That's right. We gotta practice good safe distancing, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna have you work with Miss Ella too. We're gonna put eyelashes on her. But we're gonna talk about her skin first. And Miss Juliana, you get the dessert ready and we'll join you in a few minutes, okay?
Sounds good. Come sit down.
All right,
All right.
Miss
I'm gonna
Ella,
sit down. Yes.
come on over.
Putting on eyelashes. I'm
Put on
good.
her shirt, check. I love her outfit. She
I'm
looks
gonna take the
great.
I'm gonna take the opinion and say take off my glasses for
Good
eyelashes.
idea. Good
That might
idea.
be a good idea.
Yes. So I'll clean this up while you're doing the eyelashes. First, we're gonna put on her eyelashes, but I wanna talk to you a little bit.
Should I take
Ella.
off my mask?
Yes, you can. Are you comfortable with that? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I wanna talk to you a little bit about your skin. Tell me, how long have you been having skin issues?
I'm not positive. How long have I had? About a year, yeah.
About a year? Well, you're also at that age.
At that
and-
age, yeah,
right,
it is just there.
right, hormonal and changes and right, puberty. And so what do you do now to get this under control? Are you seeing a dermatologist?
We have skincare routine. There's like a day and night thing that we have.
Good.
And then there's like, we use witch hazel and we kind of like put it in the areas, which is mainly like my T-zone and like right here on
Right.
the chin. So I just like rub it there and then I have like a little moisturizer for it.
And the masks don't help,
Yeah, not really.
right? That's what we were talking
Just kind
about.
of collects the like
The oils, right, the
Just kind of
oils
makes it worse.
and the moisture,
Mhm.
right? And so, that's a problem. So as long as you're using your skincare regime religiously, that you should be fine.
Mhm.
What you don't want is to start picking at it.
Yeah,
and
that's what I do a lot. Cause I
then
have
you-
like there's a few scabs on my chin and my
Yeah.
forehead.
What happens with that is, I was saying earlier, under our nails, we don't realize it, but we carry a lot of bacteria. That's why my nails are all cut off right now, because of the COVID thing that's
Yeah.
going on. But we carry bacteria in our hands all the time. That's why they keep stressing wash your hands. But under our nails, in order to really get that out, you'd have to use a brush every time, and your hands will bleed pretty soon, So it's not a good idea when you have skin issues to put your moisturizer on with your fingers. How do you put your moisturizer on?
Well, I just kind of like rub it in my hands and I just kind of, circles on my
Right.
face.
So what I would recommend, just to try something new and different, is your mom can purchase some of these tri
I have a
sponges.
few of those
Good.
because I've been in musicals, so I have to have them for like,
Yes.
putting on foundation and stuff for makeup.
Yes, okay, so use those to put your moisturizer on and put it in 5 places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then get it all over your face. This way, you're not getting any bacteria from under your nails onto your skin. Okay, so make sure that you use a sponge when you're applying your moisturizer. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, do you use any kind of a concealer?
I don't normally put on a lot of makeup. I normally just put on like the eyeliner,
Mhm.
mascara, and blush. That's about it.
Okay, so concealer might be something
It just
that
makes
you
it
could
look
use. Let's see, because you're fair skinned. Let's see how that looks. You don't have to wear a full foundation, but maybe just a little concealer on the areas. Just to blend them in a little better. Instead of wearing, if you don't want to wear a full makeup, I get that. But it just kind of like helps to conceal them a little bit. So I'm just gonna like pat this on Because your skin is beautiful. You just have some issues right now going on. Right?
Mhm.
So, and a lot of kids, they're like, oh man, it's that time of the month. I got this breakout. I don't want to go to school with it looking like this. At least you can make it look a little better. Thank God for the mask, even though they're causing the problem. They also hide a multitude of sins,
Yeah.
right? They help us in some ways.
Yeah, it's like my brother, mainly we got the like skincare because my brother picks at it so much. He has like some scars on his forehead because of it. So like we just tried to like, get that to stop. So we tried to get the skincare routine.
Well, your brother needs to see Miss Maggie because it sounds like he has trichotillomania, which is the obsessive compulsive disorder for picking. And we can give him one of our keen bracelets, which every time you go
And
to
like
pick,
every time you get a pick. Yeah.
right, it tells you, and that helps you to become aware of it so you don't do it as much. Right?
Mhm.
So we have to talk to him. He's here volunteering today, isn't he?
Yeah, he's can't remember who he's with, but he's here volunteering for his NHS.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like he already knows you because I've been here multiple times. So it's
Mhm.
like
I've known him since he was a little boy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Since
he's a
I
young
was-
man now.
since I was like 7. He's
Yeah.
about 10. maybe.
Yes. And he grew his hair out once to donate
Yeah.
and be in honor of you.
Yeah. So did one of his friends who we don't really talk to anymore. He let me cut his hair.
He let you cut it? Oh my
No,
God.
not Gavin. One of his friend grew out all of his hair and he put
Oh.
it in like multiple different ponies. He let me cut his hair, which is probably a bad idea. I was like 9 at the time.
Yeah.
It's probably a bad idea,
Well, are you
but
still?
I mean it worked.
Hey, it worked.
Hey.
Did you get the hair?
Yeah, we got the hair. I think we donated it. I can't remember.
Good. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. You've been very supportive of our program all along.
Yeah.
You're one of our kids who happens to not only come and utilize our services, but you always give back, you and your family.
Mhm.
You've done fundraisers.
My mom's donated hair.
Oh, yes, your brother,
Brother's
his
donated
friends,
hair,
yeah. So you see, I didn't put a foundation on you. I just kind of lightened up what you had here so they don't look quite so pink.
Mhm.
But I am going to add a little bit of, let me see, color to your cheeks, just a little bit to take the color away from the redness
Mhm.
of your, what do you think? Tell me what you
Yeah,
think.
okay.
A little bit
Ooh,
lighter, a little bit better?
Yeah.
Not quite as noticeable, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very, very light product. Do you feel it on your face at all?
Not really.
No, you shouldn't be able to. It should be so light that you don't notice it, on your skin at all. So where's our contour? Let's do a little contour. Let's see, do we have any in here? Yes, okay, let's do that one. Want to do some contouring? Let's put a little more on her,
Hello.
okay? Nope, that brush has been used.
Should I go through?
Use a sponge.
Okay.
Use a sponge. You can do it with a sponge.
All right.
I want to get another brush set anyway here. I want to show you a new brush set that we just got in.
So same concept as before. You want to turn your face to the camera, Minnie? So middle of the ear down to the middle of the eye. And again, upward strokes.
I always keep it last when I'm working so I can put the brushes that I've used in it. So I don't grab them and reuse them. This is a beautiful brush set. These are some new brushes that we just got in for our kids. Look at this. These are so cool. And this is going to be for you, Miss Ella, today for being our model. Look at all those. You got every
Ooh.
brush you're ever going to need in there.
Wow.
All right? To take
A
home.
lot
So
of
you,
brushes.
well, I was saying earlier, that makes the difference,
Yeah.
you know?
Those are important.
Thank you for being our model. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
You like putting makeup on normally?
I don't normally have like contour and all that stuff. It's just like the small amount of eyeliner that I normally have.
This contour, you don't really need a lot of blush. This contour is your blush. That's what we're using for your blush. Because you're so pretty and you're young and you have a natural glow and a natural beauty. We don't want a lot of makeup on you guys. We want to help you control the look that you want and add a little bit of splash of color. With Miss Juliana, we did a holiday look on purpose for her because we wanted the kids to see, see the different looks that you can do. But it's mostly about technique. What you're learning today is really technique. So you're done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put some eyelashes on this girl.
Yay.
Okay, so a lot of young people will ask me, Miss Maggie, how do you put eyelashes on? I really want to know. So I thought it would be fun for us to do that today.
So these are the eyelashes we have for today. Look how beautiful and full these are.
They're very long.
You like them? I think they're gonna look beautiful.
They're like Gavin's eyelashes.
That's her brother. Who has
You know-
gorgeous eyelashes. Of course, my brother always did too.
A lot of boys have super
Yeah.
long, thick eyelashes. Like, why didn't girls get these lashes?
Yeah.
We deserve them.
So tell us your technique. You're using tweezers.
I am using tweezers. I like to, it's better than using your hands because
Right.
with these, they're thin enough for you to see exactly where you're placing them. So I just grab the tweezers and I pull it out gently. And since you're doing this on yourself, you can use your hand, but I'm going to use a different pair of tweezers. And I kind of move it like this.
Bends it a little bit.
It bends it a little bit, so it can go more naturally on her eyelid. Try not to use my hands. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to a little bit. Don't worry, my hands are clean.
Oh, okay.
This is the glue that came in the box with it, so we're just gonna use that. Does that look normal to you? No.
Not really.
I think this is old.
No, it's new, but I think it's a different kind of glue that we haven't seen before, so I'm gonna ask Miss Maggie about this. Miss Maggie, you
Yes.
have a second? Is this supposed to be like this?
No. I have glue and I'll grab it real quick while you're.
Okay.
I was like, that doesn't look correct.
That doesn't look right. So I'm gonna be putting the lashes on her, but when you put the lashes on yourself, a friend of mine actually taught me this really cool technique is you take a mirror, just like this, and when you're applying it on yourself, you kind of look down at the mirror.
So you
put
have
it-
more room.
Exactly.
To, like, put it on.
You put it under your chin, and then and it lays perfectly when you put the eyelash on yourself if you look down. So that way you're not looking up and trying to figure out where it is.
Yeah.
You wanna try it? See what
yeah,
see what
sure.
I'm
When you
talking
look
about?
up, you have like a big crease, so there's like not enough room
Exactly.
really to put it.
Exactly. So you look down. You wanna grab this?
Oh, am I gonna put it on?
No, you're just gonna see the way that it
The
would
feel
go
of
on.
how it would go on.
Oh yeah, it
Isn't
would
that
like lay a lot easier. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
See?
there's like you have like room to put
Right,
it on.
exactly. You see exactly where
Yeah.
you're supposed to lay it. That's just a little trick for you guys who are doing your own lashes at home.
And I thought that because you are in plays a lot and you're an actress,
Yeah.
that it would be
Heavy
good to
makeup.
do this on you, so
Yeah.
you would know if you need it for your stage and theater
Yeah.
work, right?
Yeah. And now you know how to do it on yourself with that little trick.
Yeah.
See, that's the.
Knowledge.
Yeah,
Now we have the correct glue.
That's a good thing to have.
I'm not sure what happened with that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was new.
yeah. Yeah, never
very
been
thin
open.
layer.
So
A very,
you got
very
that,
thin
Jen?
layer.
Close? Mhm.
I'm applying it slowly, evenly, and just very, very thin.
Mhm.
You don't want a clump of glue on your eye, even though it does.
That would hurt, kind of.
Well,
Like it would just be in the way.
it would just be in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My thought was like it would kind of hurt because like when you take it off, it would be like harder in that specific area. I don't know. I don't know how.
And
my
you
mind
see
was
how
working in
she's
that
like
moment.
fanning it a little bit so that it has a chance to set up?
If you put it directly on the eye when it's wet, it's not gonna stay. So it has to get a little bit tacky before you apply it.
Kind of like that glue looked like that we opened up. It's a little too tacky.
Yeah, a little bit
That's
too much.
tacky.
Yeah.
All right.
Want me to close my eyes? Or?
No, don't close them. Just look straight ahead.
Oh, where'd it go?
That's a,
Oh, there it is. Found it.
don't move it. Don't move.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
We're missing
I was about to
eyebrow.
grab it.
Okay,
And you were
good.
like, don't move. I was like, okay, I'm not moving.
Oh Lord.
Okay,
Okay, nothing's on it. So
Okay.
it just landed on your shirt.
okay.
I was about to go ahead and grab it, and you were like, don't move. And I was like, okay, I'm freezing.
Because I saw it and I wanted to fall on the ground.
Okay.
All right.
You wanted to look at you? No?
Her head a little bit towards me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the inner corner of the eye, apply the lash there, and then move out. Make sure.
She's laying it on your skin right above the lash line. So when you put the mascara on after, you blend, you marry the two, your natural lash and the false lash together so they look like one. But you have to make sure that it's low enough that it's on the actual skin because it won't just adhere to just the hair.
Open a little bit. Okay, we might have to cut the lash.
And sometimes that happens because
Her eye is too small and this is too
When it fell,
long.
when it fell,
Oh,
it like
too
freaked
small.
me out to the point where I had to close my eye. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, let's measure a little bit. So the thing I like to do is take off from the outside. So I measure, see how much I need, and then I just cut what I don't.
you got a pair?
Yeah,
Okay.
I brought them earlier.
All right.
So a false singular eyelash on my eye. That wasn't mine.
Oh,
Well, just like clothing and everything else, one size doesn't fit all.
exactly.
So it's not that her eyes are too small or the lashes are, they come in a standard size and then you can adjust them accordingly to whoever is wearing them, which is the beauty of that. So which end do you cut, the inner or the outer?
I like to cut the inner for a fuller look.
So the one that's closest to the nose?
Yes.
Okay, so if you are going to trim them, then you would trim the part closest to the nose and you would leave the part that's feathered out by the end.
Of course, because it gives you a more, well, with these specifically, they give you a more kind of a cat eye look because they're glamorous.
Uh-huh. So now you're reapplying glue.
Yep.
And since there's some glue on there, you picked that off first with the tweezers, didn't you?
I did. You just take your tweezers and just gently take off excess glue, and it comes off really, really easily, just like that. Oh no.
Again.
Again.
No.
Well, they are hard to keep in.
They are.
Keep in that tweezer. They really, that is a challenge. That's why I get them all ready before I even, yeah. So really the measuring should be done before you apply the glue. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's okay. So what I would do is I would take the glue off your eye currently that you have on there from her trying to put that on. I'm gonna peel that off. It peels right off.
Oh, that feels kind of weird.
Does it? I'm not hurting you, am I, honey?
No. It just felt kind of weird. It was like,
There, I got it right off. See, it comes right off.
I'm gonna try.
So you would measure first, which we didn't discuss, which we probably should have, because really Ella was not down for this event today.
yeah.
So we could have had this all prepped and ready, but we did not. So
I
you
didn't think
you-
this was gonna
yeah.
happen.
You would put it up to the eye. And you said you cut the inner so you make it look fuller.
Yeah.
So this is what she meant by the inner. It goes from here to here. So instead of cutting that off at the end, she would cut this side off so that it still looks nice and full.
Hard.
All right, we're doing it now.
We're doing it
Okay.
now. Ready?
The glue that she's using is called clear adhesive. So now it looks white, but when it dries clear. This is the one that, and they carry this like at Sally's Beauty Supply, you can get it. So, but I like this particular one because it dries clear. I don't want to see that white glue.
And that's the one I use as well when I put lashes on.
Sure.
Open a little bit. Let me see.
I've never had false eyelashes on before. This is weird.
I know at first they're gonna feel really weird
Okay,
and
keep your
awkward.
eyes closed. We just have you open them once, so we make sure we didn't glue your eyes shut. And then they kind of have to set and dry, and she'll get the other one ready. This one isn't trimmed yet, is it?
No, I'm not trying to.
Okay.
Feel weird now. I can see my eyelash. This isn't normal.
I know, it doesn't feel normal, does it? Yeah,
I'm not normally able to see my eyelash.
I know. Well, I've worn them before myself, and it just seems really weird, doesn't it?
I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, that's okay,
I
that's
don't
honest.
normally put on eyelashes, so it's just
Well, your eyelashes are beautiful, but if you were going someplace and you wanted a more glamorous look, you could do that. So maybe you don't want to, I don't want you
fly
to,
away.
yeah, I don't want you to
Not
have,
like fast enough.
if you're not comfortable, I don't want to leave them on you. I want to take them
I
off.
mean, I'm okay. I don't really mind. It's just like
It's kind of different, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's a new experience.
if I blink fast enough, I can fly away. Bye.
You probably you feel that way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But do you feel the weight of it very much?
not really. I feel like I can feel the weight of it because I can see it. That's where it's coming in.
Yes. And then she's going to line your eye a little bit so that it helps to cover it as well. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just really I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Take it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just taking in this.
Okay. A new
It's so
experience.
odd.
Yes. And then I will give you these to take with you so that when you're home, you can take them off. And then if you ever did want to redo them, like you may use them for stage and theater. It'd be good for you to keep for future, even not for every day, obviously. But now a lot of people want to know how to do this. Now they'll know how. And so we'll give you the glue to go with it. And then when you're ready in your next play, you can, you'll have everything you need.
They feel a little weird, don't they?
Mhm.
I
She's
know.
okay with it
Yeah.
though. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna teach them how to wash brushes. While she's doing that.
Did she take the photo? Oh.
So I talked to you guys about the importance of cleaning your hands and keeping your makeup contaminant free. And this is how I do my brushes. It's nothing really special. I take disinfectant, not disinfectant, I'm sorry, antibacterial soap, like Dawn or any of those. This is antibacterial. And I put, amount in there, and I put some water, and I swish them around, and it gets all the makeup out of there, but most of it also gets the bacteria out. I rinse them really well, then I put them on a paper towel, and I let them air dry. And a lot of people say, well, don't you clean them with alcohol? No, I don't clean them with alcohol and reuse them on patients or other people, because the bacteria gets embedded between those bristles. Want to make sure they're clean. Once they're dry, and I've used antibacterial soap, I don't need to use alcohol. If you spray them with alcohol, these are natural bristles. It dries them out. Pretty soon, you go to put your makeup on, and your bristles are all over your face.
This isn't a normal look from you.
Oh, okay, let's see her reaction. This is not a normal
It's just
one.
odd. It's like, whoa. I normally have short eyelashes, so like seeing it is just kind of weird. I don't know.
I'm sure you're not used to that, eh? You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so now did you put liner?
I have not yet.
Okay, let's put a little bit of liner. I know that's a bit much, but we're just gonna show you how to do this.
She said she normally does like to put eyeliner on sometimes, right?
Okay, so let's put a little bit underneath, because it's a very fine pencil. If she can look up the ceiling.
Under here?
Uh-huh,
This is liquid.
I know.
Oh,
That's what I'm wearing. I know, I use it every day. Yeah,
I never really put liquid under my eyes.
yeah, yeah, right. Look how pretty. Just a little bit to blend in there. Yes.
Look up again.
So what do you think there, Miss Juliana? You were our first makeup model.
She looks amazing.
Doesn't it
Thank
look
you.
great? Isn't it fun? I wanted you to see.
It's fun to see, not just me getting my makeup done, but another one of your kids
Yes.
and bonding with them, because that's how relationships form and friends are made here.
There you go. Isn't that nice? That is
The
really
only
the truth.
proposal that I have is, can we not do my waterline, because that always makes me cry.
Okay.
It makes my eyes water so much that I just
Okay.
end up crying.
Okay, let's see. It looks good. Look up. Here, if you take this brush and just blend it, the corner of it, okay? Yeah, just blend that out. Then you don't have to go in her corner of her eye. So if she's not comfortable with that, we don't want to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Soften it where it stops. Soften where it stops. No, the other side of the brush. The other side of the brush. The wedge, yeah. There you go. Okay. All right.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so what do you think, Miss Glamour Girl? Look far away.
I mean, it's okay. I like it. I
Okay.
just don't normally wear this with makeup, so it's just a little bit different.
That's
Uh-huh.
how I feel.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
relate.
Like if I'm going out, I normally wear like eyeliner, mascara, and blush. Bam, I'm good to go. Let's go.
The only thing different that we did today really was the concealer, and we put the eyelashes on for fun. And those you can take home with you, and you are a little actress, and you do a lot of plays, and so maybe you can use those eventually. What do you think? But if you ever want to use them, now you know how to do them, right?
Yeah.
Knowledge is power, right?
Knowledge is power.
So, let's see, I bet you they
I-
get your glasses. Let's
I
see.
was in that musical. I was in Schoolhouse Rock.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a planet.
Okay.
I was a planet, a hobo, and I can't remember the other one.
All right, so we have a nice treat waiting
A
for us,
camper.
and
There we
we're a little celebration. Thank you to both my models over here. Miss Lynn, you gotta come over here too. Thank everybody for hanging out with us. Took a little longer than we thought, but when we got a chance to have a second model in this, I thought, wow, let's do it, and she was willing. So thanks guys for joining us. Please stop by the center, call us, come pick up your makeup kits. We have them ready for you. And you guys got yours already today, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So go home and play and have fun and practice on your friends.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Christmas.